Welcome. I'm Cyril Stims, and today I'm bringing you something a little different. I'm going to do a segment of Would You Rather. Now, the rules are pretty simple. I'm going to have a guest, and I'm going to throw some scenarios at them. You know, some of them could be a little memey, some could be a little serious, but regardless, I'm just hoping to have a good time and get a couple laughs along the way. And so I am joined by Fustries today, the man, the hype legend himself, and I know when I'm with them, we always have a good time. So we're going to throw into the first scenario right now and get right to it. Question 1 is, would you rather have a Rumble's Mech or Corkis plane? And these aren't limited to specific skins, so it can be across any of the skins.
All right. Okay. All right. So think about this. Right. You have the two out. You have Corky, right? He has a spaceship skin. That's already sick, right? You have spaceship Corky. But listen, Super Galaxy Rumble. Okay. It's a spaceship, but with flamethrowers.
And it walks.
And it walks. It can do both.
Yeah.
And you have flame. You can be like a dragon. Just burn people, or not people. Burn property or something. Enemy champions.
Okay, I was gonna say it's like by nature of the game, you do have to kind of burn other people or champions. So.
Champions, enemy champions. That's what we're going with.
Okay, enemy champions. So from that, can I take it that you would rather choose Rumble's Mech over Corky's plane?
Absolutely, yes. Super Galaxy Rumble in specific.
Okay, that's specific skin. Okay, so next one. Would you rather get rid of your most hated champion forever in the garbage, trash, deleted, forever dunzos, or would you rather get 2 bans per person in ranked queues?
No, just get rid of Yasuo, dude. Honestly, like that's literally that. I don't even have to think about the second option. I mean, 10 bans would be. I mean, that'd be nice. You get rid of a bunch of OP champs, but if Yasuo just wasn't there, I think everyone would just be like, oh, like it'd just be a weight off of everyone's chest. Be like, man, this game is now 10% better because that champion is not in it. So I think that's got to be my answer. Just get rid of Yasuo. Get him out of here. Permaban Yasuo. Don't even worry about. You don't need the extra bans. Just get rid of that champion.
Yeah, I can already see the YouTube videos, the clickbait titles. League would be 10% better if this champion wasn't in the game.
Can you guess the champion? Everyone. Yasuo.
Well, I mean, it used to be Teemo, but Teemo is kind of one of those fond champions now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I agree with you. Yasuo would be a good champion to axe forever.
Yep.
Yeah, the 2 bans, as you said, would be nice, but yeah, Yasuo.
Just get him out of here.
It makes sense.
His poor brother Yon is now going to be brotherless, but I mean, whatever.
We'll orphan him.
Yeah.
That was kind of dark there, but moving on. So, you know, we're both casters. We do some play-by-play. We do a bit of color casting and some analysis when we need to. So, would you rather cast on the LCS, the NA pro scene, or would you rather cast on the LEC or the European League pro scene?
All right, so I have to go with LCS just because it's my hometown or my home area, and I grew up on it. You know, season 4, 5, 6, TSM, and then they lose every time. A little bit unlucky. And I like the idea of cheering for the underdogs because I don't think North America's performed in quite some time now in the in terms of the world scene. But it's definitely all my favorite shoutcasters that I look up to are also in the LCS, like Captain Flowers. And also there's some good casters in Europe too. But I think I'm gonna have to stick with North America.
Okay, I'm not even going to sway you there because yeah, NA's home turf. Even though it's a bit of an abusive relationship, they keep saying they'll do better, but at the end, we're still left disappointed.
Yeah,
it's a heartbreaker. So, next scenario for you then is, would you rather sub into the Laurier Golden Hawks with a 7.5k gold lead, or sub into the Waterloo Warriors without a gold lead?
I mean, isn't Wilfred Laurier 08?
I do believe so. I was going to let the gold lead speak for itself there, but yes, they are 0-8.
And Waterloo is 8-0.
Exactly.
Okay. Oh, Waterloo's so good. Waterloo's so good. I don't think, like, I mean, you do the math on that, that's like a 1,500 gold for each champion. I think if the gold lead was at the very beginning of the game, you would see that Wilfred Laurier could probably pull out a win because that's a ton of gold to give everyone at the start of the game. But if it was just like 20 minutes in or something and there was a 7.5k gold lead, I mean, I don't know how that would happen given Waterloo's skill level. I mean, their players are just absolutely bonkers. But I mean, I'm gonna have to just go with Waterloo because their players are just absolutely insane, and they haven't lost. So I think I'd stick with them and I'd sub in for Waterloo.
Yep, the Waterloo Warriors, they are a fantastic team. I know their players are pretty great. They're fantastic, and they get in on the fun as well, especially their jungler Dark X, giving people the dark experience as they sends them to the gray zone.
Mm-hmm.
So, next scenario.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather be a sub for York University or be a starter for OTSU? And the context is here trying to win as many of your remaining games and proceed as far as you can into the playoffs. Now, both teams have a relatively strong strength of schedule, where I believe York faces off against Waterloo, and OTSU also faces a couple top of the tier teams. I believe Toronto is one of them that they have yet to face.
Okay, so York, I've seen them play. They are a very, very strong team as well. OTSU, they're also pretty decent. They've won a couple games, or a couple matches, I should say. I really like York, and I think I would want to play, like I want to sub in for them where possible if I wanted to really win. But it would also be really cool to start on a team again, because I did that back in my first and second years at university, and it was a blast. And so if it was about winning, I'd like to be a sub because I'm not as good as the main roster of York. But starting on OTSU, that would be a lot of fun. So that's gonna be my main thing. I would, if I wanted to win, it'd be York. Like, I think York is an exceptional team, and being a sub for them would be a good way to win the remainder of my games before playoffs.
Well, that's it for the first segment of Would You Rather. A huge thanks to Fustrious and his Jagged Impressions. I had a blast throwing these scenarios at him. I hope you had a blast as well. And thanks to production for allowing me to do this. With that said, we are going to throw it straight into our first series of League of Legends. And I hope you enjoy the action that's coming your way.